I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Ja. Og dette her den greia. Men igjen. Oi. Det ikke meningen å lokke inn med noe. Saving. Saved? Nei. Okay, ikke saved.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Var det katta? Det meg? Eller... vent.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Oh. Avon Finch? Avon? Avon? Jeg vet ikke. Edie won't go. 72-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire. Jeg skjønner ikke.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
For a few weeks? Kult, I guess.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Har dere hatt så mange fugler? Pluss. Er det en ugle? Derpy. Bob? Burpy? Rob? Lurpy? Purply? Purpy? Surpy? Derpy? Derpy Junior og Derpy... Det er for mange Slurpy.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Norway? Hvem er det som heter Finch og bor i Norge? Wow. Real news from around the
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Johan. Det høres som en norsk ut, ja.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Okay. Hvordan fløy den? Hvordan klarer man liksom å lage den til en båt?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Er ikke det samme huset?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Hvor skjules er Orcas i Norge?
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Oh. Det er synd, altså. Tenk å være den første. Det er sikkert en ære, men ja.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Jeg hører noe i bakgrunnen. Kan jeg... Hvordan i huleste går jeg ut? Okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back
Oi.
a long ways.
Du var raskt til å tegne. Odin. Odin. Han ser ut som en person. Hør på de navnene. Edith, Milton, Louis, Gregory, Gus, Dawn, Walter, Calvin, Sam, Barbara, Molly. Var Molly den første datter? Edith var den siste. Student takes top honors in state. Nei, men det er sikkert ikke dems. Hva er det jeg snakker om? Å, så er det Norge-flagg.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have,
Wow.
but she didn't.
Sven. Jeg vet ikke hva
Even in her
Sven er.
90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Er det meg?
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My
Oi.
mom was furious.
Ok. Er jeg ferdig her nå? Det er vel ikke noe mer? Nei. Bob? Det er egentlig veldig kul dør da. Ok, jeg får ikke lov til å gå. Nei. Jeg må sikkert gå ut her da. Nei. Da får jeg gå gjennom her da. Æsj, dette rommet!
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Jeg var juleste. Æsj!
It was a pretty big trace.
There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edie.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Oh. Oh.
It's in the last place you would look.
Ooh.
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Wow, det er faktisk skikkelig kult. Du ødela denne boken.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Er det... Ok. Krabb. Milton. Åh, nå er jeg her inne. Var det Calvin og Gregory? Oh my god! Oh, Hva er det jeg hører over meg? Det er som en dame over meg eller noe, eller en TV. Og det Finch National Park, han hadde en park også. Oh my god, det
I
er
knew
så
Grandpa
høyt.
Sam had a twin.
Er det? Ja, det går bra.
And that he never talked about him.
To command center. To command center, ikke to the command center. Da har jeg garantert plass på en linje til liksom.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Ok, det er veldig kult da. Oh!
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Åh, vent. Nå kommer den her delen. Det er det jeg som skal huske. Oi.
My brother said he'd die
Let's
before he
jump.
ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Må jeg liksom fortsette, eller bare kan jeg overleve? Hæ? Må jeg gå ut i story-greia? Siden litt sånn synd. Åh, ok. Roll. Roll. Jeg kan se Walters i navnet. Just be free. Going around this street.
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Hvem har ikke gjort det, liksom? Det er sikkert ikke mange som ikke har gjort det, men... Calvin! You're spaceman, eller noe. 11 år. Og tok av til...
After the funeral,
I don't know.
Edie roped off
Yeah,
Calvin's
yeah.
half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh. Wow. Wow. Det er egentlig veldig kult. Det er så mange hemmeligheter overalt. Hva i huleste?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Jeg tror jeg må bort hit først.
Barbara was a child star for
Hva er det jeg søren?
years, until America grew out of it.
America. Barbara. Så er det sånn Hollywood-greier, men Barbara, det er skikkelig kult. 14 år bare. Alle her er så unge. Hollywood. Men Barbara. Oi. Jeg var ikke beredt på å
Growing
se
up, I always thought of
Han
Barbara as a
Bigfoot.
child star.
Det kan hende. Det ser ut som det i hvert fall. Introducing Barbara Finch. Det er så kult. Introducing Barbara Finch, my friend Bigfoot. Oi. Bare ikke la det komme til den seksuelle delen. Oi. Vent, ikke det. Nei, jeg utforsker mer.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Hun ser ut som en hestedame. For å være ærlig.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Hun ser ikke 14 år gammel ut.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up.
16?
A has-been.
Men det stod
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie
Og det er
fans.
16.
It was just
Bro,
the
yeah,
boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current
Current
boyfriend,
boyfriend.
Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
My.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him. right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Ok, det er så kult. Det er så animasjonsstyle med det styret.
She wound the key. She listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then
It's a
ate
high
his
dish,
family
huh?
10 years ago tonight.
What's it?
The old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Bro, hva det til huset her? Det som gjort klart å ha det ordet? Disse bildene er helt tomme. Walter? Walter? Finch.
Are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Wow.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Ikke sant?
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Hvor mange er det?
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she
Serious?
saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call
What?
a real eerie tale.
Ja, garantert. Jeg tror det er fra Göteborg. Wow.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw
Wow.
was a happy ending.
Happy ending? Så jeg vet ikke. Sikkert.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Jeg vet.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Skal jeg ned?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Okay.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Selvfølgelig. Hvorfor er det mørkt?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter!
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Ja. Og den...
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Wow, Russia, Thailand, India. Brazil.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Det er så veldig bra.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave, while I still can.
Men kan du? Kan jeg det?
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
Er det en som tok Edith? Det var liksom masse ting som tok Barbara nå.
And Molly.
Er det...
And Calvin.
Okay, vent. Men det var ikke en ting.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Okay, let's go.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
We are ready for it.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Yeah, pizza.
I don't mind if I only have
Pizza
it
time.
for a month. Or a single week.
Ikke si at det kommer 12. Det er bare
I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Ikke sant? Så hyggelig.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Kan jeg skjønner ikke helt om man lukker den dørboka.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Så fin utsikt. Jeg må ha noe i hvert fall. Lagde du tog hele den tiden? Hvor fikk du strømmen fra liksom?
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
What the...
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Men hva skjedde med han liksom?
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made,
Hvorfor...
trying to bury
Hvorfor var
something
han det?
that's still alive.
Au.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oi. Oi.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Det sånn... Statuer?
But I thought you should know about your family.
Det så skummelt. Det Odin som laget det? Det vel det.
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Yeah. Månen oval. Hva I huleste? Hæ? Det ser ikke riktig ut I det hele tatt.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Bling, bling. Bling, 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 bling.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Ja, det ser ut som det. Jeg har sånne polkgreier. Bare ikke så kule. Det vanskelig å si.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Din? Eller min? Jeg vet ikke hva jeg skal si.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Gerbils. To av dem var på grunn av deg? Derpy Junior, Derpy, Burpy, Chirpy, Flurpy, Furpy, Lurpy, Slurpy, Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, Lucy, Christopher, Shadow. En fisk som levde 5 år? Hvor i hulet så har du fikk den fisken? Hæ? Og så er Oliver der. Jeg døde i 1989. En frosk. Bailey.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Åja, det var Sven. Ok. Barbara Finch, Walter Finch. Og det er så kult da. Det er skikkelig kult. Pub, knitt, dekk. Calvin Finch. Det er kult. Åh. Det er en så søt da. Jeg vil ha den.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Jeg så det. Hva er det for noe? Hva er...
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
The house. The moon is still out.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Egg moon.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Ser ut som hun gjør det nå. Dette er hyggelig.
But looking back on it now,
Men det ser ganske farferdig ut.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Wow.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Yeah.
They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Kan jeg
What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the
Okay,
whole
look at it.
weekend, isn't it? We'll never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take
Oh.
the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Oi, Så hyggelig.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Wow. Wow.
Sorry, Dawn, just gotta reset the timer. Hang on, kiddo. Just trying to get a shot of the two of us together.
Ja, men liksom... Hvor er jeg skal stå, liksom?
Dad, it's twitching.
Og der.
I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
It's totally normal. It's totally normal. It's totally normal.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
1983. Var det Dawn? 1968 til 2016? Ok. Sham. Men så user på alt. Oi. Det er skumle lyder, altså. Det er ikke noe mer å interacte med. Nå her.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Det er liksom det største spillet jeg noen gang har sett. Fireweed Road. Fireweed. Okay. A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have 20 calendar days after this summons is served on you to file a written response to the attached complaint petition with the clerk of this county located at Clerk's Court Street, Friday Harbor. A phone call will not protect you. Your written response, including the case number given above and the names of the parties, must be filed if you want the court to hear your side of the case. If you do not file your response in time, you may lose the case, and your wages, money, and property may be taken therefore without further warning from the court. There are other legal requirements. You may want to call an attorney right away. If you do not know an attorney, you may call an attorney referral service or a legal aid office. Ja. 2014.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Whoa! Frog.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Oi. Hvordan? Du kan garantert lage det tilbake til meg, liksom.
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Whoa.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Oh.
I wonder what he
Hva
saw.
er den? Å nei, vi får ikke på. Kan jeg? Å, der ja. Ok.
What his world was like.
Det gir liksom ingen mening, men en
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Well, nei. Yep. Der. Ja.
It sure made him happy.
Oi.
I know how silly it sounds.
Det er gøy.
But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
Det er veldig gøy.
Maybe if I hadn't called that
Yeah.
right.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want people to hear this.
Oh.
I wish you could have told us. He saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory,
Oh my god.
about everything.
Well.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. You want him to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Wow. Det var det sånn han trodde? Døde han å bli en frosk, og så svømme ned i badekaret? Et år. Et år. Oh my.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Kan jeg plukke det opp? Nei, tydeligvis ikke.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I now pronounce you
husband and wife, who may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Wow. Savage. Savage.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Boom. Boom. Oi.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Okay, someone else.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
Wow.
But I didn't. Until we found you.
Yeah.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Gus. Respect. Teamwork. Strength. Everything you need to join the army, I guess. Ooh.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Okay.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Thank you. Luke. Majors English, teaching, geology. Places to visit. Jodhpur, Red Fart. Det er ikke det det står. Hæ? Og Taj Mahal, selvfølgelig. To Just buy sect books. Get. Det er vanskelig å lese. Det er så dårlig kvalitet. Public of India. Where helping hands create safe places. Wedding presents.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Det är så creepy bilder.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Vad säger theme mint?
And to see kids in the house again.
Ooh, wow. Det var egentligen ganska fint. Visst vi kallar det vita. Vit orange som blod.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Great job.
But it didn't last.
Owen Finch, myth, decors, history. Edith Finch, by Edith Finch. ADEHILMQRARUBC. Yeah. Yeah. Det är faktiskt en skola liksom. Edith, Barbara, Molly, Sam, Calvin, Gregory, Gus, Molly and Sam, Calvin. Assume nothing, respect criticism, ask tough questions, never stop learning. Oj. Fact or fiction? Det är igång text 1. Our family history. Reading is a hoot. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, variety. Kingdom. Du lärde mig alltså. Lärde. Vilket märke.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Boykott these nonsense.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Det är så kul. Det är faktiskt väldigt kul.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
magic paintbrush. Ooh. Funker døren? Jeg trykker alltid på escape. Jeg er så vant med å trykke på escape når jeg går ut av ting. Let's go.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Dette her ser jo faktisk ut som kanskje et nattklubb. Let's get naughty.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Be right back. Yo, yo, yo. Back. Let's get San Joan Ale. Lewis Finch locker kontot. Dawn Finch? Oh.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Fish. Fish.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to... wander.
Oh. What wander?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. Things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery, I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis-topia.
Lewis-topia.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Oh. Det var kult med faktiskt sånt vanligt så smooth som det.
Then he made musicians.
Det är faktiskt kult.
And songs for them to play.
Kan du laga ett spel som det är så vanligt?
He talked about starting a band.
Det är faktiskt okej.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Wow.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Nej.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Wow. Seriöst?
St. Louis.
Well,
we started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
I'm kidding.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Hva er det man egentlig vil ha? Louis er jo gutta, så jeg vil tippe
handsome queen.
Det er kult. I like her.
The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows.
Oi, jeg liker de skjellene. Jeg bare slo den. Det er mulig.
He followed the sound of her.
Selvfølgelig en sharp, ikke elektrisitar.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Det får en fiske! Det får en fiske! Det får en fiske!
But he was so proud of having created it.
Det får en fiske!
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Hun er for rask. Hvordan er du så rask? Du springer i skjule.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oi, fisken er borte. Lewis. Er dette et palass? Nå er en annen sted.
He began to forget the world we know.
Dette er ikke et palass.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, cannery worker.
Wow, så fint plass. Møter jeg nettopp meg selv. Er ikke jeg Lewis og det er Lewis?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Hello. Oh my god. Det er ille. Det er ille. Det er så ille. Det råtner ikke disse her også. Ok, jeg vil bli fisk. Ready to be fish.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
The
palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know.
I'm finally royal.
Mrs. Finch, your son, was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Royalty er lik death. Det var sånn halvt norsk, halvt engelsk. Ja. Holdt på å si svensk også. Wow.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Han høres fantastisk ut. Og samtidig ikke. Åh, gamer. Er det en skjerm på keyboardet? Dette er 100% gaming keyboard og gaming mus og gaming. Men hvor i hulet så er det internett? Det er sinnssykt.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Det er vant til den. Yes. Var det mer her i Nixon? Nei.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
At du tok kjøleskapet som står oppe.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Jeg kommer til å nyse.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Eller ikke.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
Oi! Det krabber. Ok.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Edith, you're excused. Ok. Ok, jeg vet ikke hva som skjer. Ja, ja.
the power had been shut off that morning.
Hercules.
But Edie always had plenty of candles.
Oh, vi kommer. Det er synd at dere må putte dem på veggen.
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Det var sikkert ekte også.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Old friends? Singing them?
That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Ja, det akkurat det du gjorde.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Det är så synd.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Det känns som den där intron som du får på iMovie.
My mom didn't like to talk about it.
Okay, det är kul. I like.
But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
Yeah.
The last Finch left alive.
Die?
Until I found out about you.
Edith?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
Yeah, and
appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. and tell you all these stories myself.
Ooh.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Blir det som fötter nu? Fött på nytt.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Edith Finch. Hæ? Så sånn som det ser ut som, så ser ikke dette ut som et indie-spill, selv om det stod at det var et indie-spill. I'm done. Thanks, Johan. Achievement. Jeg har sett den personen før. Jeg synes akkurat han. Trio Arbitos. Very fun. Very fun. Hva er hulskøy nå? Zam. Så derfor skal jeg bare zam. Trick or treat, Mama food. Alvin. The Edith Finch team. Ooh. Edith and Edith don't lose. The end. Titan. Titan. The replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Hvor det tatt Edith? Der. Hva skjedde med Milton? Fant jeg. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, nice. Nå skjer det ikke noe, men. Nå skjer det noe. Okay. Very good game. I really liked the wait. Lewis out. Yeah. Jeg vet ikke. Yeah. Very recommend. Ja. Det er på for 42 kroner på Steam akkurat nå. Hvis dere ser akkurat her. Det er faktisk veldig billig, så kjøp det hvis du kan. Yeah. Okay, bye bye.